everyone. Welcome back to the English with Teacher Danny channel. I'm Teacher Daniel. Today, we are going to talk about Valentine's Day, a holiday that's coming up in just a few days. Today, we're going to learn about some Valentine's Day vocabulary and about some Valentine's Day traditions. Let's get started. First, let's learn about Valentine's Day vocabulary. Let's take a look at the three terms we will talk about for vocabulary. Remember, after we talk about vocabulary, we will talk about some Valentine's Day traditions. Our first word will be Valentine. Then we'll talk about the phrase, "Will you be my Valentine?" And finally, we'll talk about what a secret admirer is. Let's talk about our first word today, Valentine. Of course, it's called Valentine's Day, so it's no surprise that the word Valentine has a few different meanings that are related to the holiday. The first and most common meaning is that a Valentine is the person you celebrate Valentine's Day with. So for example, I might say John is my Valentine, or if we use it in a sentence, we could ask someone, who is your Valentine this year, or do you have a Valentine here? We're asking if the person is going to celebrate Valentine's Day with someone and who that person is. Who is your Valentine this year? There is one more common meaning for the word Valentine. A Valentine is a card you give to someone, like a greeting card that expresses your romantic interest, love, praise, or affection for them. So in a sentence, with this definition of the word Valentine, a Valentine, I might ask, are you going to give her a Valentine? So here I would be asking, are you going to give her a card for Valentine's Day? That says some nice things on it. About how much do you like her? So let's take a look and talk a little bit more about some common kinds of Valentines. So here we see an example of a card you might give someone, and we could say we are giving them a Valentine, giving them a card that shows how we feel. So here we see the card has a heart on it and says, "You are here in my heart." And on the inside, it might be a lovely message where you're telling the person all about how much you care about them and so on. So if you give someone a Valentine, it means you're giving them a card that expresses your affection. It's very common for school children to do this as well. In elementary school, kids will often get these packs of cards and on Valentine's Day go and give their classmates Valentines. So here, it might just be a card that says Happy Valentine's Day from Sarah. So, these are some examples of Valentines. Okay, let's talk about our second phrase here. Let's talk about the phrase, "Will you be my Valentine?" And here notice that the meaning of Valentine is the definition of a person who you will spend Valentine's Day with, right? Not, will you be my greeting card? Will you be the person that spends Valentine's Day with me? Will you be my Valentine? This is what you might ask someone when you want to spend Valentine's Day together. And another common phrase that you might see on cards and so on is, "Will you be mine?" And here we see, be mine, Valentine, right? So all of these phrases, will you be my Valentine? Will you be mine? Be mine, Valentine. These are all phrases that we might hear and use if we're asking someone to spend Valentine's Day with us. Talk about traditions. Let's talk about the term secret admirer. Oh, you're very lucky if you have a secret admirer. A secret admirer is a person who has a crush on or is romantically interested in someone who doesn't know it. So if I had a crush on someone, but maybe they don't know, and maybe I don't want them to know, I might give them a Valentine or a small gift and sign it from your secret admirer. I admire you in secret, right? So here we see, sincerely yours, your secret admirer. So here this is a way to give someone a gift and maybe leave them guessing about who you are. Okay, now that we have learned some common Valentine's Day vocabulary, let's talk about to Valentine's Day, traditions, gifts, and going on a Valentine's Day date. So these are the two most common things we think of when we think of Valentine's Day. We give each other gifts, which can include a card, a Valentine, and often, we like to go on dates for Valentine's Day. So let's talk about some common gifts and some common date ideas for Valentine's Day. First, let's talk about gifts for women. So if you are looking to give a gift to a woman for Valentine's Day, let's look at 3 of the most common gifts given on Valentine's Day. First is flowers, especially roses. This is probably the first thing we think of when we think of getting a gift on Valentine's Day for a woman. Oh, get some roses. A box of chocolates or some sweet treat like chocolate-covered strawberries are also common gifts, and finally jewelry. So if someone is your very special Valentine, you might get them a heart necklace or something. Some pretty jewelry for Valentine's Day. So of course, there are many other gifts you could get as well. The point is that it is a romantic gift that you know the other person will appreciate. Now let's talk about some common gifts for men. So if there's a man you want to get a Valentine's Day gift for, some very common gifts might be a nice watch. So like jewelry for men. A nice tie or accessory. Or a hobby-related gift. Again, when we think of Valentine's Day, the point is to do nice things for someone that you think is special, or you're romantically interested in, and that it's personal and something that they will really like and enjoy. Okay, finally, let's talk about some common Valentine's Day date ideas. So when we celebrate Valentine's Day, the most common date idea is taking your Valentine or the person you're celebrating Valentine's Day with out to a nice restaurant. You could cook dinner for your Valentine, or go see a movie together, anything your Valentine will enjoy and think is romantic, which is the whole point of the holiday. Okay everyone, I hope you learned some useful things for the upcoming Valentine's Day holiday. Who do you want to be your Valentine? Let me know in the comments below. Till then, I'll see you next time. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, of course, for more English learning videos from our team of real English teachers. Happy Valentine's Day!